Okay, well tonight I'd like to share with you some presentations on. First of all, I'll start off with Rotary Fellowships, and David, if a PowerPoint presentation. Show my screen. Yep. Hello.
Okay, if you accept,
anyone hear me?
yeah, if you accept the
Okay.
invitation, I've changed presenters to you. Just accept that, and you should be able to see your screen.
Well, okay. Yeah, it says show my screen.
Yep.
So I just got to click on that.
Yep.
Can anyone else see a screen that says Rotary Fellowships?
Yep. Yeah, we see it now.
Okay. Excellent. Well, Rotary Fellowships is probably one of the more exciting things in Rotary that's not very often talked about. And tonight, when Ross asked whether someone would like to talk about something, I said, well, if you're really, I'll talk about fellowships. And he said, well, I'm stuck. So you're stuck with me. It does remind me about a guy who came out of church, and the preacher said to the one or two people that were in the congregation, he said, well, what did you think about the sermon? He said, well, he said, you know, I'm a dairy farmer. He said, if only 2 cows come up for milking, I wouldn't have given them all the feed. I would have only given them enough for 2 cows. But sorry, you're going to get a lot tonight for the 4 of you. Rotary Fellowships are international, independently organised by groups of Rotarians, Rotarian spouses and Rotaractors who share a common vocation or recreational interest. Rotary Fellowships give their members the opportunity to have fun, to make new friends around the world and to enhance their Rotary experience. And for us, that certainly has been very true. Rotary was started by 4 businessmen back in 1905, and they gathered together for friendship, fellowship and networking. And so friendship, fellowship have always been one of the key planks of Rotary. There are currently over 100 Rotary Fellowships. The first one started in 1928. And the second one was in 1948, so it took a little while for them to take off. And the first one was a Spanish-speaking group. To form a fellowship, 3 countries to agree to decide that they would like to start a fellowship, and with a common interest, you can work through the process of starting a fellowship. Some of the members of the Sussex Inlet Rotary Club were looking at starting a duck racing fellowship, which is part of their major fundraising event for the year. Just looking through a few of the emblems for the fellowships, and probably the ones that I'll put up are the ones that I'm most connected with, but the Antique Classic and Historic Automobile Fellowship. I'm the Australian representative for that, and we've got a pre-convention rally planned. Current rate of progress isn't real good, because we've had no one entered so far. It's recreational vehicles, and that covers all aspects from motorhomes to caravans to off-road vehicles to anything that's a recreational vehicle. Barnet International Fellowship of Motorcycling Rotarians. They are quite an active group. They meet worldwide. They have a rally in one part of the world each year. Probably 10 years ago there was a group of Rotarians from England that came out here and hired some BMWs in Perth and rode to Sydney and called in and on Rotary clubs on the way and were hosted by them. International Travel and Hosting Fellowship, another great way of seeing a country either before or after an international convention. And this year the Travel and Hosting Fellowship are starting their tour in Cairns and moving down from there to Longreach and then flying into Sydney. They normally last for about 10 days. We've done one in Montreal and Thailand, and both of them were great events. International Flying Fellowship, not into flying, but Lynn Duckham's very passionate about the Flying Fellowship. Rotarian Fellowship of Quilters and Fibre Artists, Beth's involved with this group, and they're making lots of things for the Sydney Convention. And there's a whole range of them, and I'll just run through a few of them. Some of them seem a bit obscure, but I guess when people like Michael Pedler belongs to the Convention Goers Fellowship. Rotary on Stamps, there's been a world, there's quite a lot of Rotary stamps around the world, stamps that have recognised the work that Rotary does. There's obviously social media, which is quite popular. Golfing Fellowship, this is one for Ross. There's been there's quite a few people in Australia that belong to the Golfing Fellowship, and they give you great opportunities for the keen golfers to get into some of the best golf courses in the world. Global History Fellowship, Home Exchange Fellowship. I've known people that have used the Home Exchange and said that's been great. Most of the sporting things that you can think of, like canoeing, Rotarian musicians. One of the members of the Cooma Rotary Club is a member of that group, and he's played at most international conventions. Well recognised concert pianist. Amateur radio, there's quite an active group of amateur radio people. They set up down at the conference at Bateman's Bay and had their annual general meeting on via radio while our conference was on down there. International Fellowship of Cricket-Loving Rotarians. That's a very strong group, and Bruce and Dream Cricket have been working through that group in India to start up Dream Cricket in India, and they have international games every year of Rotarians that are cricket lovers and players. And the last one which I'll mention is the Wine Appreciation Fellowship. I was looking up their website recently, and whilst I don't belong to them, they certainly have a great time. While they mainly get together at international conventions, and I noticed that they have a function on the Sunday night. They have functions on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night, and Thursday following the convention are going to the Hunter Valley for 2 days. So in a year they probably fit in in about a week they fit in a year's worth of drinking, and they seem to have a great time and really seem to enjoy themselves. Is there any questions on Rotary Fellowships?
Yes, how do you join a fellowship?
You can either ask me and I'll send you the details, or you can Google whatever your interest may be, and there is a section on the RI website for Rotary Fellowships, and you can either download or look online at the at a handbook for fellowships. Have you got a particular interest, Christine?
No, that was Beth.
He can't tell.
Yeah. He's only been married to you for 40 years. Yeah. Jeez.
I 48.
46.
48.
48
Ah,
actually.
dear. Unbelievable,
Pretty
eh?
bad.
Yeah.
Been a bad week.
Oh dear.
Okay, well,
I won't go there.
yeah, I won't go there. I'll come on to district awards. You can give me back the show again.
Yeah, while you're quit while you're behind. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got the show.
Okay. Slideshow from the beginning. District awards. District awards basically come under 4 headings or four different groups, and the district awards, some of them can be nominated by clubs, some are nominated by assistant governors, some are direct awards by the governors, and the first 3 classifications are district based, and the 4th one is Rotary International Awards. I think when you look at the awards which are readily available and which the E-Club could apply for, there is the club website award, which is not necessarily for the prettiest website, but for the website that conveys the most amount of Rotary knowledge and information. Community Service Awards, that's for any community-based project, and when you look at projects like Dream Cricket, it would certainly be, the club could apply for a Community Service Award or a Youth Service Award. It would fit under either of those categories. Probably I should declare the fact that I am both the district chair for Rotary Fellowships and district awards. So whilst I can advise, I can't fill them out for you. The Family of Rotary Award, that's about looking after the family of Rotary, looking after our partners, friends, lovers, girl, whatever else you have in your life. If they need care, need some support, then that's what the Family of Rotary Award is. Indigenous Projects Award, that's for any projects relating to Indigenous people. Obviously, Kintor's been a very popular with that award, but there are a number of other Indigenous projects. Canberra City are currently developing a literacy numeracy program through the CIT to be delivered to Indigenous people or Aboriginal people in the McConaughey prisons. So International Service Award, International Service Projects, Youth Service Awards, Rotary Information Awards, that's about promoting Rotary either through public media, such as newspapers, or setting up displays, taking the opportunity, and Vocational Service Awards. Anything to do can be reckoned. What the club has done in the way of promoting vocation, a lot of clubs give their own award, their own Vocational Service Award to people in the community who they believe have made a significant contribution. The next group of awards is measured awards, and these, whilst it says measured against the district goals or nominated by clubs, these are awards that are based on per capita. So for Australian Rotary Health or any of these awards, it's based on the number of dollars given per member of a club. The District Conference Award, which was won by the E-Club of Brindabella last year. Some people questioned the wisdom of the person who granted the award, but can't help bad luck. It's based on a formula of the percentage of the club attendance multiplied by the distance travelled to attend the conference. District Goals Award. If you go to the district directory, you'll see that Maureen has listed her goals for the year on page 14, and she there lists all the requirements that you must meet to achieve the District Goals Award, and you must achieve 3 of those goals for the year. The District Governor's Choice Award. The other thing I should mention is that not all the awards are always issued. If there's maybe only one entrant and the judging panel decides that it doesn't really meet the criteria, then it doesn't necessarily get awarded. But we try to award as many of them as possible. There's the Club Efficiency Award. That relates to how the club manages its paperwork sometimes, how it generally manages the club, whether it sends people to assembly and president-elect training, etc. The Club Bulletin Award, again, it's not about a glossy publication. It's about conveying information about the club and about Rotary to the members. The Key Rotarian Award, I think David may have been awarded this a couple of years ago for the work that he did on Kintor, but it's recognising an outstanding contribution by a Rotarian in our district. Similarly for the Key Rotaract Award, Rotary Rotaract Award, this is mainly about the support that the supporting club gives to the Rotaract Club. Excellence in Community Service Award, again, this is something that that the Governor will make a decision on based on the information provided. Similarly with Vocational Excellence Award. The district goals, so I said they're all found on page 14 of the district directory, and I don't think it's necessary for me to read all those out. Looking through them, I guess maybe things like every Rotarian every year or Centurion program. Probably the best person we ever had doing the Centurion program was Jeff McLean. He had the whole armour. He did a fabulous presentation. Paul Harris Society, you become a member of the Paul Harris Society by donating $1,000 a year to the foundation. Rotary benefactors, that's by leaving a minimum of $1,000 in your will to Rotary, and that's not taken from your estate until both you and your partner are deceased. And there's a whole lot of things there about charting, club visit and Rotary Leadership Awards. Presidential citation. And that's awarded to clubs that are growing stronger, creating positive change in our community, enhancing public image, deserve recognition. That nomination has to be in by the 31st of March, and you can download the form, the presidential citation form. That is the internet. We only have one president. Well, except a club president. Yes, it is President Ron Burton's award. The Avenues of Service Award used to be the 4 avenues of service. It's now 5 avenues: club, vocational, community and international and youth. It's a nomination by the President. It can be awarded at any time, but only to one person in a club in any one year. And it's really about recognising someone that's made an all-round contribution to Rotary. sadly, a lot of people think that the highest award that you can give in Rotary is making someone a Paul Harris Fellow, and whilst that's a great award, I think the Avenues of Service Award is an equally important award that you can give to recognise what someone has done within a Rotary club. There are Service Above Self Award. There's only 150 of these issued each year. There have been a couple come to our district over the year, but I'd suggest more than anything it's more due to people, clubs not applying for these awards that more aren't issued. And there are a whole range of other international awards, but I won't go through them because they're not many people are likely to ever get recognised. One, Bernie Rogers was granted at the last Zone Institute the Service Award for a polio-free world, and this recognises significant contributions to the fight, or the challenge of polio, or having a polio-free world. That's a brief rundown on Rotary Awards.
Okay, we're all unmuted. Questions?
I think I must have put them all to sleep.
No, not at all. A lot of information. A lot of information. Well done. Well done, Rob. With regard to the fellowship and the automobile, antique and whatever automobile fellowship, it would appear that that's going to it's going to have to take off pretty quickly, otherwise it's not going to be a goer by the sound of it.
Yes, it's well, at this stage they've got until the 15th, I think, of April to register, so they've still got 3 weeks. A lot of people do these things at the last minute, or 3 weeks after it's closed.
Which might well be the case, I imagine.
Well, it could easily be the case, yes.
And therefore you've got to be prepared for it, I assume. Are you going to allow that? Yeah, that's right. Okay.
I'm such an easygoing guy.
But you're being easygoing on behalf of you and your wife. You're on the tender ground right at the moment.
Of course, the other issue on that is that we need 10 people, to really make it work, to hire the vehicle, etc. So, you'd want to be, I think you'd want to be super keen, more keen than me, to just have a couple of people want to come and trip around for a couple of days. But anyhow, I'm not leading it, so that's how it goes. I'll just be a wheelbarrow.
I think what we can, if we had half a dozen people that wanted to do it, then we'd have to look at doing something different. We couldn't do it on the basis of what we've proposed, because it just wouldn't be economical to hire buses and do it the way that we were doing it. But we could do it for a small group if a small group wanted to come down.
Yeah, I guess, okay.